Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Grade 8 Events. I'm your host, Delaney Hall. It has been a couple weeks since I have been here, so it's nice to be with you. It's been a pretty busy last couple weeks. I was on vacation, and of course, I know a lot of you saw my big announcement on Monday, so it's been kind of crazy. So it's nice to be back with you guys and talk about all the great events happening across Central Virginia this weekend. So, every week I highlight one big event that we run in our TV newscasts. So this week we are talking about 804 Day. So as you might have guessed, it is a celebration all about 804. I believe the first one was actually on 804, August 4th. This one's happening a little bit earlier on Saturday, because I believe 804 is actually on Monday. So this is happening on Saturday at 17th Street Market from 12:30 to 6:30. It used to be actually be on a Friday, but they decided, hey, let's put this on a Saturday, make it more accessible. A lot more people are off for the weekend, so giving people more chances to kind of enjoy the entire day. So this is these are photos sent from us from the Shockoe records from previous 804 Day events. So essentially, you're going to find 10 performers on 3 different stages throughout the day on Saturday, more than 40 vendors, food, nonprofits. You can see there's fresh produce here. Everything is local. Every vendor is local. A lot of these performers are local. And it looks like a pretty amazing crowd. So as far as the musical lineup, we're going to have a lot of different genres. So rap, Latin, folk, pop rock, jazz, goof rock, if you know what that is, Latin, punk, R&B, and some Southern rock, which is pretty fascinating. But all the names of all of that, we'll post on our website about the full lineup of events. And I actually spoke to a couple of artists yesterday about their involvement in 804 Day. One of them was Weldon Hill. He is a band leader for his quintet jazz band. And he kind of talked about why the Richmond music industry is so unique when you look at other cities. So let's take a listen.
Oh, this is great. Post-COVID, there's sort of a renaissance in Richmond. It feels like the mid-'80s when there are a zillion great bands around, venues are having live music all over the place, and we've never before had the opportunity like 804 Day that brings together so many musicians and artists from all genres into this one great place where we can celebrate each other in the music and the city.
If you follow Weldon's work, he is very talented. He has studied music his entire life, and I know he's very excited for Saturday. So again, that's 12:30 to 6:30 on Saturday at 17th Street Market. More than 40 vendors, food, drinks, nonprofits. This is all free and open to the public. Again, there's 3 stages of music, and I'm told, because if you've ever been down to 17th Street Market, my biggest question was, well, it's big space, but it's not huge. So all of these performers are going to be performing. They have their own set times, so you're not going to necessarily be hearing like overlapping artists. So every performer will get their time to shine, which is pretty cool too. So that is 804 Day happening in Shockoe Bottom on Saturday. I want to go to my list because we have a lot of other great events happening this weekend. So the 8th annual Virginia Brews Festival is happening on Saturday, the Virginia Museum of History and Culture. This is a 21 and up event, which is very important to note. So you can celebrate Virginia Craft Beer Month. You're going to find a selection of beer from across the state, live music, food trucks, access to the exhibits actually at the History Museum. And if you haven't been there recently, they just opened the new exhibit about the Virginia's role in the American Revolution. I did a story on that a couple months ago when it opened, but you'll be able to have access to that, which is pretty cool. You can also watch traditional barrel making demonstrations by Marshall Sheets of Jamestown. So that's pretty cool if you're into that. So there's a couple of different ticket levels depending on if you're a member or if you're not a member. So your ticket includes museum admission to the festival site with 8 3-ounce pour tickets. You get a tasting glass, you get live music and food concessions. And if you want to buy additional pour tickets, like that 8 is not enough, they are available for purchase there. So you always have that option. It's going to cost you $45 if you are not a member at that museum. It'll cost you $40 if you are a member. Designated driver $12, which is actually pretty cool. So if you just want to come, but you're not taking part in the libations, they also have a ticket for you as well. You can buy your tickets at virginiahistory.org. They have an entire process through their website where you can just log in and how you have a shopping cart and all that fun stuff. They also have on their website the actual breweries that are going to be there. I don't know if you probably do recognize some of these. Wheatland Springs, Crooked Run, Blind House, Funktastic, Fine Creek. That's just some of them. There's also a list of all the food trucks, and Night Allowance is the band that will be playing there on Saturday night, which is pretty cool. So go ahead and get your tickets at the Virginia Museum of History and Culture's website, because it sounds like a fun brews festival if you're trying to find some craft beer. All right. Another festival with some nice libations is the Richmond Caribbean Wine and Food Festival. So this is Sunday from 1 to 7 at the Chesterfield County Fairgrounds. You're going to find island grooves, wine, reggae, and soca bands. This is another 21 and up event. So just like the Brews Festival, this is the same deal. Live entertainment by Eclipse International Soca Band and the KRA Reggae Band. You can get tickets for this one on Eventbrite. And so there's different tiers to this one as well. So for $33, that's like the general admission. You get entry into the festival, wine sampling, listen to all the music, vendors, and you get a souvenir glass. They're also running a special where for $55, it gets you the same thing, but for two people. So you get kind of a discount if you buy two tickets at one time. I believe there is also a option for you to rent an umbrella and a picnic table, which is pretty cool if you need some shade. But that's an additional cost as well. But that's, again, all on the Eventbrite website. If you look up under this event, the Richmond Caribbean Wine and Food Festival. I would love to be on an island at this moment. Okay, so this next one, the last two events were more 21 and up. We're taking it back to the kiddos. So the RPS Summerfest is happening on Saturday at John Marshall High School. It is pretty hard to believe that we are almost at back to school season. And actually, shameless plug here, today officially kicks off our back to school coverage on 8 News. You'll find stories starting today on 8 News at 5. We know Deanna Albrighton and Lindsay West, our special projects producer, have been working so hard to try to find all the angles for back to school that parents, guardians, grandparents need to know. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that coverage as well. But going to the RPS Summerfest, this is Saturday from 10 to 3 at John Marshall High School. It's also the 17th annual citywide back to school rally. So everything RPS and schools is happening. Whew, a lot of talking. So you're going to find free school supplies, fun activities, community resources, live entertainment. And what's pretty cool about this is they're offering free bus rides. I want to bring in my browser because on the rvaschools.net, which is the Richmond Public School website, they have the entire transportation schedule on here for you. So bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, pickup, drop off, times, all that stuff you're going to find on their website, which is pretty great. Those return shuttles will be provided throughout the day. They do end at 3 o'clock. So if you are using a shuttle, be sure that you are keeping track of your time. So, because we don't want anyone to get left behind, not that you would, but just be mindful of your time. They also have the same list in Spanish too. So that is RPS Summerfest. The last event is all about the pups. So we talked about 21 up, we talked about the kids. Now we're talking about the pups. This is the Barks and Brews Market RVA. This is Saturday from 12 to 5 at Benchtop Brewing Company over on Hull Street. Basically, it's a bunch of vendors that you can shop at for your pups. So homemade dog treats, collars, and they are actually welcome inside the facility as well, which is pretty great. And if you've seen anything about the forecast this weekend, it looks incredible. I know we always talk about how it may be too hot to bring your pups out, especially when we're talking about the beginning of August. Obviously, if you're bringing your dogs anywhere, your animals, be sure to check how hot it is on the pavement. But I'm not a meteorologist, but it sounds like it's supposed to be pretty nice. But just keep that in mind. They also have a list of vendors that will be there on their website. That's benchtopbrewing.com at Ginger's Barkery. Canarations, I think so. Wicked and Washes, a bunch of cool vendors all tailored to that. So that is the Barks and Brews Market RVA from Saturday from 12 to 5. Okay. I think That's all the events that I have. We covered the 21 and up, we covered the kids, we covered the pups. So I think you do have a good wide variety of events that you can check out. But again, if you have an event you want us to learn more about, please shoot us an email at news@wrac.com. We'd love to hear about it. We are also doing live interviews on 8 News at 9, where we are talking and previewing events, brunches, fundraisers, scholarship opportunities, all kinds of stuff that you guys are doing out in your community, and we want to learn about it. So if you would like to be on our show, you can send us an email at interview@wrac.com, and we'll see if it's a good fit for our show. We'd love to connect with you. So for now, I will say goodbye, and I will see you guys next week.